That's all Muslims. And that's what we face here. It's just what we call Islamophobia. People are really afraid of Muslims because they're portrayed in the media as violent and scary people. Well, I always tell, I taught at a Sunday school for Muslim kids. So they go to public school so they don't learn about their religion. And I taught 7th grade boys. And the boys, they're 13 and 14. And I told them, I said, the number one reason why people convert to Islam is because of you. And they're like, what do you mean? I was like, how do you act as a Muslim? Most people convert to Islam because of another Muslim. I said, so it's really your role here is to convey a positive image about Islam and yourself. People will change their minds one-on-one. To do a big campaign, it doesn't have as much effect as if I talk to you face to face and you learn about me and I learn about you. This is, to me, the best way to spread Islam or convey Islam in a more positive way here in the United States. It's just one-on-one communication. That's the best way. Right. Or you reach out to your neighbor and they get to know, no, I have Muslim neighbors and they're very nice people. I don't know what you're talking about. They're good people. They always check on me. They're nice. They bring me food. That's how you spread Islam, and that's how you change people's opinion about Islam, is through how you live. And I think even in the Prophet's time, peace be upon him, that's how people converted. They saw how he acted and they said, okay, I'm going to be a Muslim. I want to be like that too. Well, look at Indonesia, the biggest Muslim country in the world. How did it get there? For some people, some immigrants, they learned from other Muslims. It was one-on-one. Fasting when I first converted, it was easy because I lived in Chicago. And at the time, we broke the fast in, I forgot, it was like in early spring. And we broke the fast at 4:30 in the afternoon. And I was like, oh, this is easy, no problem. But then as the years went on, and then we moved to Texas, the days get longer. And now it's in the summer, and you're fasting for like 16 hours, and it's like, whoa. But you're right, you have to put your mind to it. And once you put your mind to it, and you have to grow into it as well. Some Muslims, when they first convert, they cannot fast. They will try, but it's very, very hard for them. And also another problem is that other born Muslims will become very critical of them if you're vocal about it. Like I told you, fasting's hard. You're like, no, fasting's hard. And then I'm like, well, why is it easy for him, but it's hard for me? Is there something wrong with me? So I think, you have to grow into these things. Some people can do it straight away, no problem. But I think people have to be forgiving of themselves and easy on themselves and train themselves into it, But that's a really hard thing because, like in the U.S., we have so much food. Many of us are overweight and we love our food. And to go without food for so long, and water. I think people are okay with food. It's just the drink. If I could just drink, I'd be okay. But you have to get used to it. If you're not born Muslim and you're an adult and then boom, you start fasting, it can be difficult. But that's why, like we train our children, you can fast from, breakfast to lunch. Oh, you can, and then as they get older, and then you start training them because they become used to this. It becomes something normal in their life, But somebody, if you've never fasted before, it can be hard. That's another issue with converts. I've heard some women say, I don't feel it. And this just means I'm not feeling this connection with God when I pray because it's not in your language. And it can, if you don't really understand what prayer's for, it can be difficult if you're when you're a current convert, because when you pray in the Christian church, it's a very emotional thing. But prayer in the Christian church is more like what I would say when we make dua, when you're asking God for something. That's more like the prayer in the Protestant church anyway. And so sometimes it just seems like it's a ritual. So you really have to keep your mind in it. But I think a lot of born Muslims have this problem too. You're praying and all of a sudden you start thinking, Oh, what am I going to get at the grocery store? Yeah, I got to get that paper. That's due. Oh, my job. I need to get gas. Your mind starts wandering off. So you really have to focus, and also you also have to know what every part of the prayer means. You can learn it in Arabic and you can recite it in Arabic, but if you don't know why you say that for that reason, there's the part that, before you say the Shahada, you've already prostrated, you're on your knees, and the part where you say the Shahada, before that, that's supposed to be when the Prophet, peace be upon him, ascended to heaven, and he met up with the angel. And, if you don't know that part of the story, it may not mean anything to you. So it's very important that you learn all the background so you know, why am I saying this, for what reason? So it does become meaningful for you and you can feel it, as we say.
What you said, you mean this?
Right, and you have to really know, why do we prostrate? Why do I bend on my knees? Why do I do this? You have to know each part of the prayer, and then you have to really focus on it. You have to stay in it. You can't just, like I said, if you don't focus, your mind starts wandering, going away. And I bet that happens to anybody, not just converts. I'm sure that's happened to you. Right. Well, it's like fasting. You have to put your mind into it. Okay, now I'm going to pray, and I have to envision that I am standing before Allah. I am standing before Allah as his humble servant. And I'm going to do this ritual that I was told to do. And I know what this ritual is for. And I know each part and why it was revealed and why we are told to do this. And you have to try very hard to focus on it. It may not every time be a life-altering experience. And I think that's maybe what some converts are looking for, is to have some, big moment when you feel God and you start crying and you feel all this emotion. You feel very humble before God. That doesn't always happen, but that's okay. You still need to pray as much, you still need to do the 5 daily prayers. Well, I was telling you, I read that book 1453 and about the history of Muhammad the Conqueror. And I found it very fascinating. I've always wanted to visit Turkey since then. And inshallah, one day, it seems like what I think about Turkey? I'll tell you this. This thought just came to my mind. I think Turkey is like the ancient United States in a way. Why? Because Turkey, in the ancient times, people from all over came to Turkey. You look at Turkish faces, they're all different people. I have a friend, her name's Fatima. She has blonde hair and blue eyes, a beautiful woman. And I wouldn't think she was Turkish. And then I've met other Turkish people, black hair, black eyes. They look Eastern European to me, or they look Greek. So Turkey in the old ancient times, this was a meeting place of all different civilizations. So when I was reading the history of Turkey, I thought that was so interesting because in a way, that's the way the United States is now. The United States is the same way. We have cultures from all over the place, all meeting together in one place. So inshallah, one day I could visit Turkey and the wonderful, beautiful people there, inshallah.
Say something.
Oh, I would say Ramadan Mubarak to the beautiful people of Turkey. May Allah bless you in this special time and make it easy on you and for all of us, inshallah.